Yes, all right. Very good evening to you all. Since today is on Saturday, it's all about the three letters that you are seeing on the keyboard. That is PKL, which means Paul Kobe Live. Yes, today we are live. We are discussing some few issues here to do with our lawmaking process. I want to find out how effective it is. Yes, hello, good evening, guys. It's my hope and prayer that you are doing well. Yes, it seems like my life seems having a problem. Let's just move on. So since today is on Sunday, it's all about the three letters that you're seeing on the keyboard. That is PKL Live. I mean PKL, which means Paul Kode Live. Yes, so today I'm here. I want to discuss with you some few issues to do with the lawmaking process in Kenya. I want to find out how effective it is. With me here, I'm hosting a group of students from different institutions. There are students, some of them are student leaders, some of them are just normal students. But there were some very essential points here, which they are going to make on our main topic of today, which is the lawmaking process. So kindly, if you are hearing me, remain with us. We are going to take about an hour to uh, discuss this matter. So kindly stay with us, don't go anywhere. And by the way, I'm very sorry, I'm not in a position to show you our pictures because I know it's at night. My camera only operates during the day. It operates where there's the natural light from the sun. It cannot work with the one for electricity. Yeah, the light from bulb normally tend to make its photos appear dark. So I've decided not to use it. So kindly sympathize with me. In future, I'm going to maybe buy a camera which is in a position to work at night rather in the dark. So, guys, kindly allow me to join the meeting. And before we do that, guys, I've decided to use English because some of my subscribers are in diaspora and they're also listening to the things we are saying. So, guys, kindly just bear with me. I know maybe some of you requested that maybe I use Kiswahili. I will also consider that one in the future, but as of now, kindly let's just use English for the purposes of people who are, uh, for the purpose of people who are in diaspora. Some of them are whites. Oh, by the way, I've got some friends who are whites, so and they normally tend to follow my videos. So I want also this video to favor them. So guys, allow me to join the link and at least we can listen to whatever these people are saying. Before we do that, guys, in case you're watching my channel for the first time, please take a second or two and press the subscribe button so that next time I produce any video, YouTube will automatically notify you. And by the way, this week I've received really a lot of subscribers, more than 100. Can't you know that I'm very grateful from the bottom of my heart. And please kindly continue spreading my videos to other people so that my channel can get more followers. All right, guys, let me join in. Allow me to join in. Kindly let's listen to whatever these people are saying.
Paul.
Yes.
Ndogo Paul.
Yes.
Seems like
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Is that Fred? Is that Sir Fred? Yeah.
Karibu sana Paul.
Okay, thank you very much.
So, Paul, are you within Kisumu or something?
Not really. I'm in Langata.
Langata?
Yeah.
Oh, that is great.
Okay. That is Rafa.
Yes, Alula. Yeah. Sandu. can we clear the motion of the day today, because I was finding it difficult to understand what we really are going to discuss today. So perhaps if you can make it clear, then I think it will be of great help to me. Absolutely, absolutely. And also to many of us who might have not gotten the topic well.
Yes. Yeah, like me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I chose on us to discuss about lawmaking process in our country. A main role assigned to our members of parliament, moreover the National Assembly. Yes. So I want us to look on these key areas. For example, the first reading of the law of the bill, second reading, committee stage, the assent by the president, and then also when the parliamentarians are not in agreement of the law, they could take it for the referendum or public participation. Now, my main point of measure there is the public participation. Did this finance bill really undertook, or I undertook the public participation correctly, or was it just that lightly taken? So that was my main point. But in all, I wanted us to look upon all these lawmaking processes before Tuesday, when the financial bill would now be out for determination whether it would be passed or just fail. So it would be well for us to know these processes. I know most of us are history students here. Paul, you could take us through the first process of lawmaking.
Okay, I don't know much about this, but maybe can you just allow me to speak my mind? As you know, well, it normally begin with public participation.
Okay, first of all, Paul.
Yes.
First of all, now, do you agree that our parliamentarians like seeked or ensured the public participation very well, or they just did it lightly? Do you agree with them?
Okay, you see, from Azimio side, they normally take it. They normally take public participation serious. The only people who normally disregard public participation is people from Kenya Kwanza. You will see people saying that this is bad. We don't accept this. But at the end of the day, you will see Kenya Kwanza pushing through with this thing, disregarding whatever they've said.
But put in consideration, Paul.
Yes.
Put in consideration that not Azimio supporters are the ones being engaged, but all professionals in our country.
Okay, I understand whatever you are saying, but in most cases, it's normally Azimio, mostly the opposition. I know it includes a larger group, but in most cases, the people we normally see, of course, LSK is also there. We have seen several people opposing most of these things, but the main group is normally Azimio. But we have seen, okay, something like, can I make, if you look at something like 2% inclusion, any introduction of 2.5%, a tax of 2.5% on the value of the car, most Kenyans really rejected that thing. They say that they're not comfortable with this. They don't want it. But if you look at the budget which was read yesterday, the government disregarded their view and decided to push through with this thing.
So do you believe, Paul?
Yeah.
That the views of the Wananchi are going to be considered in this specific bill?
Not really, because you see,
but why? Okay, if not really, Paul, okay, just give me a thought. Then tell me, why should we not believe in the public participation process? Because it is now a norm or an habit that what the people say won't be considered in the bill. Like, it's just a waste of time.
Yeah, that is some kind of dictatorship. And think in future. Okay, you see, our constitution does not spell out maybe the penalty for disregarding public participation. We need the view from Kenyans. I think that in future our constitution should be amended, and maybe they're supposed to introduce something like maybe penalty for subjecting our leaders to maybe punishment if they disregard our views from our people, because that's the only way that will help them to consider this view. If you don't do that, I think that Kenya will not be Kenya. You see, the things which were implemented in the last year's finance bill, most of them Kenyans rejected them. Something like housing levy, it is still being considered in court even up to right now. Most Kenyans, about 90% of them say that they don't want this thing. But the government still insisted that they're still going to they're still going to push on with this thing, to push through with this thing. So you see, these people they don't consider the things Kenyans are saying. I think they think that Kenyans are illiterate. Whatever they're saying is not making sense. Actually, we have to go through I don't know, the harder routes. I don't know the harder way. I don't know for things to get better. But according to me, nothing is getting better. Things are just getting worse and worse. If you look at this, the 2024 finance bill, the proposed 2024 finance bill, from it is very clear that the prices of everything is going to hack, starting from bread, all food stuff, rice, everything. The price of everything is going to go up. And considering the fact that the kind of fertilizer that CS for provided us with was fake, that means that we are not going to have the bumper harvest, the kind of harvest that we had last year, because most of the fertilizer we used were fake. The ones which we were used during when the sowing period was almost ending were the ones which were genuine ones. So you see, farming also required a correct timing. So these people maybe who did sowing very late, I don't think if they're going to earn anything from their farm, or rather to get anything from their farm, because that timing was poor. As you can see, as of now, the kind of rain we are receiving is not enough to maybe make crops do well. So that means that the kind of harvest we are going to have this time around is really going not to be good as of like the one for last year. So that means that even the price of funga that right now is at 120. Hello? Hello?
Yes, Fred. Yes, Paul.
Yes, can you hear me? Yes.
Hello, Paul. Are you getting me?
Yes, I'm getting you.
You are continuing to substantiate a point. I was listening very keenly. So perhaps maybe if you can continue.
What has happened to the others?
I think they have a technical hitch, but with the time they will just join us. So we can just
yes. I had the beep sound. That's why I decided to confirm if people are really listening to me. So okay, I was saying that even the price of funga that right now is at 120 Kenya shillings, that's the 2 kg one, is going to go back where it was last year. You see, last year at a time like this one, it was the price of 2 kg of funga was going at 250 Kenya shillings. That is the normal brands.
Yes.
So I'm going to show that immediately this bill is going to be passed, prices of things are going to hike. In fact, the price of funga is going to double from where it is right now. Kenyans are going to go to bed without putting something on the table, which according to me is really bad. If you look at something like fee, the government reduced the support that they were giving people, that they were giving students by 22%. You can tell how much that one is going to affect the parents. The same parents, their pay slips have been raided by maybe introducing a lot of taxes, like the ones which were not there before, like for example, housing levy, and many others, maybe NHIF. Everything has been increased. If you look at something like, for example, something like the proposed introduction of 2.2, a tax of 2.5 on value of cars. This thing actually is going to demoralize Kenyans from buying vehicle. In fact, I had a friend of mine who was contemplating on how to buy a vehicle because of the fact that his fellow friend also had a vehicle. Actually, as of now, he has been discouraged because of these taxes which are being introduced on the vehicle. So that's a clear indication that these people are really going to be discouraged from buying these vehicles. Vehicles are not going to be meant for the rich. If you look at, let's say, for example, right now, if you are to own a vehicle which is 10 million, that means that you'll be paying a tax of around 250,000 per year, which I don't think it's affordable. 250,000 is a huge amount of money. It's a quarter million. People barely afford that amount of money. Even if you are a leader, it's not easy to get 250,000. Yes, I think I'm done. Yes.
When we want to discuss this financial bill, I think we should be open-minded to see it from different angles. And as I told you earlier, when you want to discuss something, or rather when you want to put something in table, you at the table rather you must be versatile. You know, you must be open up to suggestions. You must not have a fixed mind, or rather an opinion about something, because I don't want to imagine that the president and those advisors that he has. Who have not gone to school. Most of them are graduates up to the second degree, masters, and even PhD.
Yes.
Right? Now, also in politics, you know, power corrupts, right? And in as much as power corrupts, I want to believe that the president of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, will want to be re-elected next time, right? Now, you brought up a subject which is very key, and I was following it very keenly. There was these taxes on vehicles, you know, registration and stuff. I think they will be only charging about or around 6%. Is that not right?
They want to how much?
Of the work of the vehicle. Yes.
Sorry.
I'm not getting you clearly, sir.
I'm saying that you pardon. I've not gotten the last thing you have said.
Saying, I want to imagine that they will be charging a tax of about 6% on the worth of the vehicle, right? So if you have, say, a Toyota, what do we call them? Corolla, Toyota, or rather Probox, which goes 300,000 Kenya shillings. Yeah, supposed to pay 5,000 Kenya shillings as the tax. Now, if you pay that 5,000 Kenya shillings as tax, that is to say that you know, there are these things that you pay, say NTSA. There's this as we are speaking of a license card. We are speaking of there are a lot of issues in play actually. But you see, the government itself has seen that it is wise to pay, say, 5,000 shillings rather than, you know, as we speak now, if you happen to graduate from the driving school, you will only receive a certificate, right? Your license will never be required. You will never be required to renew your license. That is something that Ruto came up with, right? That you will be paying off and for is the insurance, right?
Yeah.
Now, I want to imagine that these people are very bright and they are very good with their economics, because of all these insurance policies, if at all they have done is that they have allocated more money to these insurance institutions, right? Like you see now, the NHIF, NSSF, so on, name them, right? They have given them so much money so that the normal Kenyan won't have something to bargain over or with when it comes to paying his taxes.
Okay, can I pick it up from there? I want to make something. Before forgetting, I can forget it. Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm getting you.
Yes, you are saying that these people are graduates, and some of the suggestions they are making are likely to be in most cases to be right, because if you look at maybe their level of education, they appear as if they are good. Maybe their experiences seems to be at least better. As the experiences are not doubtable. So now my question is, we have been collecting taxes, a lot of taxes from last year, but we are still claiming that the country is broke. If you look at last year, most of the countries received money very late hours. The national government failed to disburse money to their counties. I don't know what happened, despite the fact that a lot of tax was being collected by this regime, this was still failed to disburse the fund to counties on time. And then into the issue of just allow me to maybe make the last point. If you look at the tax, the motor vehicle tax, the one for 2.5%, you see, before the reading of the budget, they said that they're going to cap it at 100. It's going to be between 5,000 to 100,000. By the time this budget was being read, the cap was removed. The cap was withdrawn. Now that means that if you're owning a vehicle, I remember I told you about this earlier, but allow me to repeat it. That if you are owning a vehicle which costs maybe 10 million, you'll be forced to pay around a quarter million per year as the tax. You see, it doesn't make sense. They're supposed to have a capped, because these people they're also just even if they're earning maybe large amount of money, okay, even if they're owning large vehicle or earning large amount of money, that doesn't mean that they deserve to be taxed more, because that pay slip has already been affected. And remember, these people, even okay, if they used to earn maybe a salary of 1 million per month, most people have already budgeted with this 1 million. But if someone wanted to reduce this 1 million maybe to around 900,000, of course, it will have a very impact on their life. In fact, as we are speaking right now, most Kenyans are badly depressed. Kenyans are just walking out here, but if you look at them, they're not themselves. Something serious is going through their mind. Most of them are worrying of the state of our country. In fact, some of them are saying that Kenya will not be Kenya in the future. In fact, I was just talking to an old man about there's a certain old man, a friend of mine. Okay, he used to be my grandfather's friend. He was just telling me that his only worry is that he can die before Raila becomes the president. Yet there are a lot of hopes in Raila, saying that it was only Raila who was capable of saving this country. Because with this regime, as of now, according to me, this regime, you see the kind of taxes they're hiking. These taxes, they're hiking these taxes because they want to consolidate a lot of money for campaigning in the year 2027. A lot of Kenyans are really bitter with this regime, including the Mount Kenyans. Remember I told you that I live in Langata. I've been coming around maybe Kiambu. I've been going to Moranga. I've been going to Nyeri, and I've been listening to the things they're saying. I've been engaging into the conversation, talking to them. Maybe I do pretend that I'm going to maybe something from the show, but in the process, if I meet with someone there, maybe I engage in conversation, telling that this, what do you think of this regime? Most of them are, in fact, in Moranga, they don't want to hear anything to do with this regime, because the regime is not making sense. The regime promised them heaven. Right now, the regime is delivering hell, even if it is true. Yeah. Yes.
Allow me to comment and say the following.
Yeah.
If you remember very well, you must have heard of an institution known as the InfoTrack, right?
Yeah.
InfoTrack.
Yeah. I heard about the figure they produce about was it a week ago?
Now this InfoTrack is what is concerned with making statistics, right?
Yeah.
So, if you can remember, back in the year 2022, they were the ones that told us that, Raila stood a good chance against Ruto, correct?
Yeah.
Now, if at all that was the case then, I saw yesterday they came up with a statistic, and they were saying that the Ruto regime as per now have scored a D from last year's C. Now, you are talking public opinion here.
Yes.
I want to tell you, and I want to substantiate that public opinion at times does not constitute to the real deal on the ground. Because take an example of South Africa. The other day they held the election. You all were shouting EFF, Viva Malema and stuff. But when it came to the real deal and the election date, the ANC made the government, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I want us also to remember the following. You are speaking about monies not having been released to the counties on time the last financial year. I want to tell you that the problem is not with the national government. If at all, the problem is the officials that are there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm understanding.
The problem is the officials that are there. What am I trying to say? The officials that revolution, as they call it, is
yes, sir. Okay, sir Rafa, excuse me, sir Rafa. There is a certain sound coming from somewhere. It is somehow overpowering our conversation. I don't know where is the sound coming from. It is barring me from hearing whatever you are saying.
getting time.
Yeah, okay.
As I was saying,
Mm-hmm.
the issue is with the county government, you know?
Yeah.
This devolution as it stands
Mm-hmm.
is a function of both the local government and the national government.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you elect senators into the Senate,
Mm-hmm.
and they cannot substantiate and they cannot exercise their gift of the gab to, you know, to represent Kenyans,
Mm-hmm.
then we cannot stand and say that the government has not worked. Because, honestly speaking, you know, look at what is happening in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
The issue comes with this because you find that senators are missing 7 continuous sittings,
Mm-hmm.
and bills are passed. Kazi yao ni kupiga kelele huku nyuma wakisema ATC inafanyika. The issue is not with the national government. And you see the problem with you and the problem with us, especially those of us who come from Luo Nyanza, is that we normally see it that everything about government is all about politics, and that is not the case. You know,
They politicize everything.
and they don't. No?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Just go on.
I want to tell us things. You know, politics and economics, they are two things that can connect and they can also stand on their own. You know, and if you read of the mercantilism and you know, and of course the Marxist theory, and of course the liberal theory, there's the Marxist theory, there's the realism, there's the idealist theory. You will realize that economics and politics, these are two entities that work together. However, the problem with those people, especially those of us from Luo Nyanza, is that we want politics to rule economy, right? So that each and every decision that is made by the national government, however beneficial that it might be, will stand out and give us prejudice and give us informed idea. Because the other day I was seeing Senators, Nairobi Senator Sakaja, not Sakaja, but what is the senator? What's the name for the senator of Nairobi?
Sifuna. Sifuna.
When he was quite eloquent and he was delivering points, but I got to hear from him because he was saying, I mean, that when you talk to Governor Sakaja, had nothing to move up as an expert for him on delivering in Nairobi. But you see, you fail to understand that the budget allocated for Nairobi is not even enough to cover for the bills in the hospitals. You must first realize that there is affordable housing planning that is going on in Nairobi. You must also realize that the taxpayers' money does not necessarily go to the county government. There are some we can send to the national government. Then, when a Sifuna comes out and tells us that the government is not working, if you want to run for government in 2027, then that is his portion. And the next Hello.
Yes, someone is talking. Honorable Rafa, kindly hold on. Someone is talking.
Yes, but how are you? I'm fine, thank you. How is you? Let me correct you somewhere. Can you educate me? Good, sir. It is true that what Sifuna is saying about the government working, it somehow makes sense because number one, ever since William Samuel Ruto went all those trips across all those countries, all he comes back is that I have gone for a trip because I want you to do what? To enable Kenya gain investment from other parts of the country. Do you remember that session Gachagua was on somewhere in one of the counties in Kenya? And he said, I personally remember. Allow me to point out this. We are in the 21st century. And like I said on the other weekend, is that in this 21st century, we are dealing with nanotechnology. You know, we are dealing with nanotechnology, they're dealing with industrialization, they're dealing with manufacturing. The other day, I saw the FBI director all the way from the United States of America come to Kenya. We are trying to increase the security levels of Kenya so that we won't have any excuse. Now we are talking about electric cars, you know. So let me ask you a question. Why only Kenya? Why only Kenya? Why not South Africa to go visit USA? Why not Nigeria?
Yes.
Why only police force from Kenya to go to Haiti? Remember this. Any negotiation between an African and a white, there is a parasite there, and the parasite is always the white. Yeah? Yes. The Americans know what they're targeting from Kenya. That one I can tell you for free. There is nothing that money is talking about Kenya. Yeah? True, sir. That I will take to the bank. But I want also to tell you this. We should never live with that notion. That is a notion that we are having, that all the ones who want from us is to take advantage of us. That's going to be true, of course. But you see, take an example of an African country, right? Somalia, for an example. What does it have to offer? You know? And I'm very disappointed to share with you. You're a student of political science and public administration. You don't know the value of international relations. You know? Yeah, that one I know. I know the value. Huh? But understand it in a Kenyan way. I want to see through the Kenyan lenses. You know? A student of political science, that will enable you to see the benefits that Kenya is gaining from the US and all these other Asian and Western countries.
Yes.
You allow me niwache kidogo.
Uh-huh.
I'll join you shortly. I'm just following kindly.
Okay. Now, okay, to the people who are listening, yes, can anyone hear me? Now, Rafa made some some statement on the intro tract, and he was saying that he was doubting on he was doubting some of the information that were coming from the info tract. He was saying that these figures that have been coming from info tract seems not to be quite accurate. But I wanted to remind him that if you look at these figures, according to me, they are right. Now, maybe if I may ask you, according to you, do you have any person in your area that is doubting that this regime is not hurting Kenyans? Yes, Patok.
Hello?
Yes, is there any person in your area that is doubting that this regime is not hurting Kenyans?
No, this being in fact it is frustrating, not even hurting.
Yes.
It's making Kenyans to go through hell. I'm telling you for free. There is no way you can tell me that by taxing all corners, all sectors in the country, you will gain that debt to pay. And yet you are still going outside the country to add more debt.
In fact, I wanted to make allow me to add something there. You see, Eric Omondi was in studio this week on Wednesday. He was hosted by Jeff Koinange on Citizen TV, and he made it clear to Kenyans that ever since President Ruto came into office, he has already made around 68 trips. Of which, if you look at these trips, they're not helpful to Kenyans in any way except for a few of them. So now I need to file a petition in court barring the president from making those useless trips. He asked the court to only allow the president to travel only 5 times in a year, only when it is necessary. most of these streets are useless, and we are the ones who are funding them. That area, I agree with you, and there, I think Rafa is wrong there. I think you also mentioned something on the senators. I don't know, senators are being reckless. Our senators are not being, or rather, not performing their role. If you look at someone like, if you look at Azimio senators, according to me, they are performing so well. The problem is coming from the Kenya Kwanza side. Remember, in the House of Senate,
So what you are saying,
yeah.
What you're meaning is that this bill,
No, I'm against this bill. I'm against it. You see, that's why I was against the many travels that were made by the president.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering what is Raf saying. Huh?
Yes, I think.
So that you want to believe each and everything that you are being told without actually reading through the bill. You know, the fact of the matter remains that, hello, Mr. Paul.
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Exactly. I'm saying the fact of the matter remains that the Kenya Kwanza government has the majority of legislatures in the National Assembly.
That was after they had bought Azimio MPs. That matter is still being contested in the court right now. As of right now, that matter is still active in the court.
It is not something to. It is not something to.
Those people are vote. Those people are vote. You see.
No, listen. We don't need Einstein, Albert Einstein here to make a discovery to say that okay, the issue is still under contemplation under the court of law, because honestly speaking, as we speak, the Constitution and the 13th Parliament recognizes that the Kenya Kwanza government is the majority in the House of Assembly and also in the Senate.
That matter has not been confirmed. We are just assuming. We're just assuming that it's that way. We are just assuming.
These community members like Milia Kiambo, they fail to they don't attend all sittings, and when they attend all sittings, they inconvenience us because some of them went to law school, or rather because some of them studied abroad. That is not our issue. We want people who can legislate and talk to us facts. I was very happy with what MP Silvanus Osoro was doing, because Osoro was firmly defending the UDA, or rather the Kenya Kwanza regime, giving out points. Yet, what was the MP? What was Mohammed saying?
Are you trying? Okay, Honorable Rafa, can you hold on? I want to ask you something about Osoro. According to me, Osoro is someone who should not even ever be used as an example, because Osoro, according to me, if you look at the kind of destruction it caused in his own constituency, that is South Kamiranga. I can't remember the name exactly. Remember the governor of that county, that is Kisii, held some meeting there with these constituents, and it was about just to give them some bursary reforms. And then Osoro just came from nowhere, although it has not been substantiated, but that's what was going on. And then it disbursed police officers and some security guards, which ended up maiming these people badly. Imagine Osoro is maiming his own constituents. According does that make it's like a father who is beating his kids in the house to death. That's what Osoro is doing there. So Osoro should never be used as an example. And then if you look at the kind of things normally Osoro say, Osoro and Sakaja should not be trusted because these people, when they speak, of course they make a lot of sense, but 90% of the things they are saying are all lies. These are people who should not be even listened to. The likes of Sakaja. If you look at, in fact, if yes.
I want to tell you this. See, one, you said that Osoro should not be used as an example. I want to remind you this. Earlier this year, I happened to attend the funeral of the late chairman of the ODM movement in Migori, was held at Rongo University grounds. And we saw the tension that was there only because the MP for Rongo was under Uda or other Kenya Kwanza, right? That is one. Two, if we take this for an example, we've seen it at different times whereby MPs from Uda, when they want to come to an event, they must be belittled.
They must be.
Especially in Nyanza. My MP, for example, David Ochieng. David Ochieng is my MP, Ugenya.
Yes, he also did Azimio for UDA. That is also another character.
Yeah, he did Azimio for UDA. That is true. But you see, he had his own reasons. And as I always say, politics is an open-minded game.
That is a political infidelity. You see, Rafa. It was Raila Amolo Odinga, who assisted this guy maybe in unknown ways, and ended up maybe putting him on that seat. You see, many people contested that seat, but according to Raila settled on that Ochieng. At the end of the day, Kenyans, yes.
May I remind you this?
Yeah.
My MP has a party named MDG, and he won against Chris Karan back in 2013. He won against Chris Karan 2013, right? With the MDG and Chris Karan with his ODM ticket. So you cannot tell me that Raila was the one who made David Ochieng to be in the position that he is now. No, that cannot be true. And mind you, MDG as a party has how many legislators in the National Assembly? I think 3, right?
I'm unaware of that.
Siaya County Assembly alone, we have around 6. I think I saw one in Kisumu who ran with MDG but failed. So MDG as a party is not something that we can come out and shout and say that Raila is the one who pioneered and say that
my question is, did he run for the same seat under the same ticket using the same party that we're talking about, or use ODM this time around, the one for in the 2022 general election? Did he use his own party or ODM party?
No, he ran with his own party. But you see, they were running. There were those components. Good examples. Enrico Sokodoro Longo. There was Chris Karan again. There was this lawyer, this criminal lawyer, especially who anapatikana Milimani local mara mingi sana. This corrupt lawyer, sijui huwa anaitwa nani. There were such characters in the game, but he beat them all regardless. He beat them all regardless. There is MDG. Now, it's just that the ODM people saw that it was that he owed them, and he did. He owes nobody nothing. He owes no man anything.
Okay. At least with you, I've managed to get some maybe information which I didn't know about. But maybe I can use my area member of parliament as an example. He's called Elisha Odhiambo Akuba. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. You see this fellow campaign using Raila's name. In fact, I come from an area known as Gotregia. There's a certain playground there known as Gotregia football. I don't know, Gotregia playground. So he mobilized us there. We gather. We all met in that place, and then this person told us that remember, we used to have someone known as Jacoyo. We made him our member of parliament for a good 15 years, but he was not delivering the way we expected. So this person used Jacoyo as an excuse that Jacoyo was not delivering, that he was the one who was fit for that position, that he's going to construct for us a lot of roads, he's going to tarmac for us a lot of roads. And currently, as we are speaking, there's a road there which can take you to his own home, known as Angaga Road, from my area. Right now, I can assure you that if you go to that road, there is big channels which has been created as a result of soil erosion. Yet that road leads to his own home. Yet he's telling people that the reason why he decided to work with the government is because he wanted to bring development to our area. I can confirm to you. I'm not far. Where I live is not far from where he's staying, but I've not seen any development there. I've not seen any development as of now. Yet while he was campaigning, just allow me to finish. Just allow me to finish. While he was campaigning, he was saying that you people kindly elect me so that you can help Raila up there. But when Raila was defeated, the first thing he did was to ditch ODM for UDA. And when we asked him to resign from the ODM party and go back to the people to seek for a fresh mandate, he refused because he knew that with the UDA ticket, he was not going to be had with anyone. No one was going to listen to him with a UDA ticket because they only trust Raila. Because honestly speaking, Raila is a very nice person. If you look at the kind of things he has brought to our country, they're applaudable. Is there anything that you are against or of that was brought by Raila in this country? No, I don't think Raila has never involved in any corruption case. Raila is a clean person. How about our president? Although I don't want to focus more on maybe on those those leaders. You know, yes, I think you can pick up from that point.
Huyo mwenye anasema Raila was not involved in any corruption, would you like let's evidence za vitu unasema mami?
Okay. Maybe you see, Rafa, allow me to talk the lady. Now, okay, you see that lady that we are talking. I'm giving my response to the lady. Maybe if you have any instances where Raila has ever, if you have any maybe instance that you know so well that on this particular day at this time, Raila was presented before this court because he has done this and this. Kindly give it, share it with us. You can even send it as a message to the group so that immediately after this meeting can confirm. It has been confirmed that Raila, I'm telling you what I'm well aware about, that Raila, among all leaders, Raila is the most clean person. I'm not lying, I'm telling you the truth. That's why you see most African leaders.
Allow me to stand in a defense. Allow me to stand in a defense. Allow me to stand in a defense. Many people.
Okay, allow the lady to make her point. There's a lady talking. Rafa, kindly allow her to make her point. Yes, go ahead.
No, I'll allow Raf to chip in Kiasi and then I'll talk. Raf, go on.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much. I'm very honored. Now, allow me, Paul, to tell you this.
Yes.
You see, when we talk of cleanliness, and indeed Christians say cleanliness is next to godliness.
Yes.
I want to make a point. Back in 2007, 2008, Raila was not brought to any other court here in Kenya, no. He was brought to the ICJ, International Court of Justice. You know? And it was Hassan Zubayd or somebody of that name.
Was he proven guilty? Was he proven guilty of maybe committing a murder or something, maybe of doing something? Was he proven guilty? Then what point are you trying to make?
Listen. Party ODM, which caused ruckus in Nairobi, Kibra, ruckus in Kisumu, also some parts of Eldoret, some
Okay. You see, you see.
We don't speak about what loud as we should.
You see, Rafa. What happened is this. The reason why by then it was ODM supporters, the reason why they were beaten, the reason why they were protesting, the reason why they were fighting each other was because our victory was stolen. And whatever we were trying to do, we were trying to still fear the government so that they can run to us our victory. That's what we were trying to do. And if you look at Raila, I heard someone who told me that Raila was talking to some of the mocks, maybe in Kisumu and Nairobi, and immediately when he walked out of that place, he told Kenyans to stop the demos, and actually Kenyans listening to them. But admit that Raila was not a good person. I'm very sure that he would have told Kenyans to continue the demos. In fact, if you remember very well, at that time, William Samoei Ruto was still supporting Raila Amolo Odinga. And with William Samoei Ruto, he was telling Raila that, according to me, I still want these demos to go on. I want these people to continue fighting until this victory is returned to us. In fact, at that time, that was the time when they began, maybe that was the time when their fallout began. Because William Samoei Ruto wanted him to reclaim his victory from Mwai Kibaki. Yes.
Tell you this, Paul.
Yeah.
Seems like reading history from different books. Maybe that is your own side of the story.
No, it's a reality. It's a reality.
The story. No, fine, your own reality, which might also be a fallacy, you know.
Yeah.
My own side of the story is this. Number one, Ruto is an ambitious man. Back in the day, when the Azimio guys were, using they were using, these incitement issues. Wanasema ati Ruto kidogo aslap Uhuru Kenyatta, he has temper issues.
Yes, okay. That might be true because just hold on. That might be true because you see, even as of now, Ruto again is not in a position, is not able to work with his deputy. That means that this person has got something seriously wrong with him. How come that he was not able to work with his boss? Right now, again, he's not able to work with his deputy. What's wrong with the person? Even maybe in a class, you can always easily tell when someone is having problem with the people. By maybe when you can also tell when someone maybe is not maybe in right times with people, when maybe it's not maybe engaging with people, talking to people. In most cases, keeps on fighting people. So William Samoei Ruto, according to me, he's not able to maintain friendship. He's not able to maintain friendship. When he's speaking out here, he pretends to be a nice person. But if you look at the kind of things he's doing, things like taxes, speaks otherwise, that this person is not the person that we normally see speaking. When he's speaking up there, he's normally very short. In fact, very eloquent. Everyone will agree with everything he's saying. But when it comes to maybe proposing a law, maybe introducing taxes, this person, I don't know how I can describe him. I don't want to talk badly, but this person is something else. That's what I can say. Yes, go ahead.
You guys think that we're getting into personal, like, how Ugo Benyarafa amesema ati he almost just slap his Ankonanga issues. Like, I feel like that's not political, it's like personal,
It's
that is the point I'm trying to drive. That is the point I'm trying to drive. We should not use propaganda to drive our politics, right? That is fundamental. If we want our country to move up and about.
Okay, Rafa, before you continue, confirm to me, why is it that the president was not in a position to work with his former boss when he was then the deputy president of Kenya? And as of now, again, he's not in a position to work with his deputy. What's wrong with him? Why is it that he's not able to work with everyone?
Paul has a point. Are you Paul? Yes.
Yeah.
Fine. Paul has a point, but I want to bring it to this platform that there is what you call betrayal in politics. I've experienced that not once, not twice, but a number of times. That is a
How can it happen twice, man?
Yes, that's the question. That's the question. In Kiswahili they say kosa si kosa, kosa ni kurudia kosa.
Allow me to tell you this.
Yeah.
Ruto was not in a position to work with his former boss because number one, when they were campaigning for the 2017 rerun, Uhuru Kenyatta promised Kenyans, baada yangu kutoka, nitaleta Bwana Ruto to stand in your way. Now, post 2017 there about 2018, there was this handshake deal. Therefore, agenda of Kenya ikatupiliwa mbali.
Okay, I'm hearing Rafa, hold on kindly. I want to make a point from what you have just said. Now, were you compatible with the demos that were going? Were you compatible with Kenya being named by our police officers out there? Were you comfortable with that? Now, are you trying to say that you are against Uru's move, or maybe of making peace with Raila Amolo Odinga, so that we can be at peace? We as Kenyans, we don't fight anymore, so that we don't get maimed anymore. Were you comfortable with that? According to me, hello, Honorable Rafa, according to me, the main reason why William Ruto fell out with the Uhuru Kenyatta, who was then the president of the Republic of Kenya, is because Uhuru Kenyatta decided to maybe handshake with Raila Amolo Odinga, which was something which he found not to be comfortable with, because he knew so well that the chances are very high that maybe if he works with Raila Amolo Odinga, maybe the support that he could have maybe given in the 2002 election could have reduced maybe by maybe 50% or something like that. So that's what he was afraid of. He didn't want maybe Raila to work near him. It's just like, maybe for example, I'm having a one mandazi. Just for example, we have voted for me one mandazi in a kid, and I've seen a certain kid coming. Of course, I'm against someone jealous, because this mandazi, I really just want to do it by myself without dividing to someone. Because if I divide to someone, I want to get full. I want to get the satisfaction which I wanted. So William Samoei Ruto wanted the full satisfaction from Uhuru Kenyatta, and by bringing Raila, that satisfaction was not going to be there. That's why I decided to fail out with the president. Right? Okay, you can go ahead, Honorable Raf.
Yeah, so as I was saying, you see, Ruto was unsatisfied as you are putting it, but you see, we must see the beauty behind it, right? The beauty behind it. I'm against what Raila did then due to the following reasons. You see, there is what we call the rule of law, and if we want this country to be termed as a democracy, there is what we call the rule of law that must be applied, and nobody is above the law. Kijana ya wenyewe alijiapisha. You know?
No, but the victory. No, he was the one who was the one. The Supreme Court was very clear that he won the election. The Supreme Court was very clear that he won the election. Are you against the Supreme Court? Yes, because no, he won the election. He won the election.
Raf, you are wrong, because by then NASA had dominance in opposition. Everything that was happening was all about Jubilee, handshake, Jubilee. It was even before handshake.
Now, Rafa, are you trying to say that court was wrong? Are you trying to say that court, the judgment that was rendered by Supreme Court was wrong, was not right? Court will never be wrong.
No. Listen, the verdict that was given by the Supreme Court of Kenya was right? Because I can remember that at that time, Maraga stood out clearly and said that the issue was not with the figures. The issue was how the election was conducted. That was the reason for the rerun, right? The man decided to boycott elections. Baada ya siku chache anajiapisha. If at all, what they could have done, they could have put him to trial, charged him with treason, na anyongwe.
No, let me tell you that now that he was right, nobody was able to convince the court that this person has committed what? Felony, something like felony. Well, a bit that Raila was wrong, he could have been charged of that crime. But now that he was right, nobody was able to table the evidence with the court.
Allow me ask Rafa a question. If Raila alijiapisha mwenyewe hiyo wakati wa NASA, mbona serikali ya Uhuru haikumshika?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question. Because they were in a position to arrest him. They were in a position to arrest him.
Let me tell you this. You only came to heard of Miguna the day after Raila alikuja alijiapisha, right? That is when you came to heard of Miguna.
No, okay, Rafa, you are wrong, because Miguna was the one who was leading the 2017 demos. He was the one who was in charge of that demonstration. He was the one who was giving directives. Yeah, this time around it was Baba himself. Yeah.
The only time we saw Raila going close to where Miguna was, and if I remember correctly, it was when his security guys breached the Kenyatta airport, right? And they went there, but akawacha lawama zote zikaendea Miguna, I do not detect Miguna for hating him today, but I want us to look at this. We were not to speak about Raila, but if at all you are saying he has no temper issues, allow me to take you back memory lane. Allow me to walk you through history. Raila, if I'm a Luo, and I know this by fact, Raila is just but an engineer, and he has not even practiced mechanical engineering ever since he graduated from a university in Germany.
How authentic is that statement? Do you work with Raila? Do you stay with him most of the time, or rather, anytime? Okay, are you aware of whatever Raila is doing right now?
Raf, you have to know one thing. You have to know one thing, that Raila politics is in blood, starting from the father, Jaramogi Oginga, to Raila himself. Politics is by lineage. Engineering is just a bypass. Yes,
You know, there's one thing with you. You know what is it? You are not have consistent point that you're talking about. Man, you've talked 100 things in one main point. Like, man, we want that one point. My guy, you're generalizing things, my guy.
Because that is the beauty of knowledge. That is the beauty of experience. That is the beauty of I'm not even understanding what you're saying. So, okay, allow me to state them in point. One, Raila stood, Raila, if I'm to speak, Aliva, the rightful heirship, if there is that heirship, of the Luo political kingpin from my county governor Sahi, Senior Council James Orengo, because back in the day, Orengo was the one ambaye alikuwa that much front akitetea nini Raila kuchukua. Two, we are speaking about anger issues. Let us compare. Raila Sahi is old. Ruto is a relatively younger than Raila. However, also in Raila's younger days, he had an issue. You can never bump into an official political meeting ya baba yako. Senior Brian Waka once said that a child can play with his mother's breasts, but can never mess with his father's.
Okay, Rafa, you see, Rafa, first of all, allow me to say this. That is a myth. We were born and told that. Up to date, no one has been able to produce a footage showing that this was Raila invading his father's maybe meeting or whatever. I don't know, maybe rallies. That is a myth. No one has ever been into a position to substantiate it up to date. Or are you in a position to substantiate that?
Yeah.
Okay. How? Go ahead. Maybe we want a footage. We don't want a saying, because in politics people do normally just talk. What have
Guys, let me ask something. The moment I joined this meeting, the topic was about the finance bill. So let us go back to the main topic. Let's leave alone this tradition. We are talking about and concentrating on mainly issues. Is the finance bill attacking Kenyans or discovering Kenyans? Let us just...
Oh, okay, Pato, you see, Pato, okay, Pato, you are right. Pato, you are right. I was the one who commenced. I was the one who commenced by maybe introducing my point. So maybe someone can pick up from that point. Me, I already made my points.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Patrick, you said it right, and William Mesema allow us to go back to the main topic. So, we are talking finance bill. So maybe perhaps Topi, if you are hearing me, to be anything, what is the take on the finance bill? On what sectors will the finance bill affect? What is the goodness in the finance bill? How do you see Kenya in the next 5 years if this finance bill comes to pass? And what is your take on the purported strike to be taking place, on Tuesday? Kindly.
Well, I'll start from the strike. Those people are just wasting their time. Nothing will change.
Correct, that we agree.
Yes, and secondly, according to the finance bill, never time I see those people are being they are more of considering themselves and their personal issues more than they consider Kenyan citizens and all. Kuna these secret bills that should not be maybe kusema to Kenyans and all. If you look at it and compare with the other ones, like it's much higher. Designing audio mwenyewe ukua. What are these things? And then it's affecting people with me I can support it halfway. It's inafanya those people like with big businesses and all, they are at least for once wanna drain you much money that they should. Either way, it's affecting private companies mostly. Private companies will be mostly affected. But then people like kwenda ku protest and having all that thing, just rubbish because hakuna kitu watasikizwa. At the end of it, it's already passed. Ni kuambiwa tu wameambiwa, siti ni kitu.
Okay, allow me to ask you this question.
What is written in the Constitution? Demonstration is something that is in the Constitution. So they have to practice it.
Exactly. That's Jakarta. I've not cut that point exactly. Jakarta, like maandamano and all, is not allowed. It is allowed, but mimi na wewe tunajua. Hata tukifanya, hata if they do that maandamano, like nothing will change at all.
Okay, let me ask you something. Are you aware that it's because of that maandamano? It's because of demos. It's because of demos. The demos that were mini last year. And the reason why Kenyans are now in a position to put food on the table with ease. Are you aware of that? That it's because of demos. Yes. It's because of demos. Why it was demos who made Kenyans now in a position now to put food on the table with ease without struggling. You see, before the demos, the price of everything was up there. But after these demos, after we had exercised our right of maybe demonstrating, we saw the price of things coming down. Electricity, the price of tokens are now down. The price of everything is down. The dollar again against the shillings, or rather, no, the shillings again against the dollar. All of those things happen after the demos. Now you can't say that the demos have got no impact. I don't agree with you on that. Yes.
The solution permanent.
Okay, but at least it helps Kenyans get back to their feet.
That's my point.
Okay. Let me answer you. Okay, you see the reason why we are going to we are trying to find ways of making it permanent by maybe again going back to the street to scare them, to still fear them. That should we hike the price of these things again, these people are likely again to sabotage our economy. You know the impacts of demos in a country. For example, foreigners are going to be driven away. Businesses are all going to be shut, especially the ones in the CBD. At the end of the day, government is not in a position to raise the revenue the way they normally raise per day. So whatever we're trying to do, that demo is still going. If you go to maybe street on Tuesday, we are going to still fear from the government that should they try to increase the prices of these commodities again, we are likely to make the ground hostile for them. In fact, as of now, if you come here to Mount Kenya, maybe Kiambu or whatever, people are very, very bitter with this regime. In fact, this was the best time for Azimio maybe to create a narrative against this regime. In fact, if I was a presidential candidate, I'm very sure that I would have won against this regime very easily, without even struggling.
Let me share my point home.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I understand. Like the demo will at least, but it will never be permanent. That's a fact.
No, we're trying to make it to be permanent. We're trying to make it to be permanent.
If there are things that will change, just give it, like a little, kidogo too.
Yes, now you are talking. You are talking now.
Okay, but then I'm still not in it. Okay, sijamaliza answer yangu. In 5 years time, according venye finance bill itakuwa, personally my bill like will be somewhere. Personally, will be somewhere. Because after all, man, if you look, angalia like the past 5 years, like Kenya has like hakuna siku itabaki tu kuwa the same. Lazima tu change. Like lazima tu vitu change.
Okay, actually, okay, let me tell you something. You know, I want to take you back to your knowledge of maybe chemistry back in high school or agriculture. You remember? Okay, let me use a good example of agriculture. Okay, I want to school you on it. Even me, I did business, but I want to school on it. Remember, there was a topic I don't know, live production. I don't know what it used to maybe do with the maybe poultry. They were saying that maybe if you want to introduce a new food on maybe your poultry, the changes are supposed to be gradual, not sudden. Maybe let's say, for example, if you used to maybe to give them maybe ugali, tomorrow if you want to introduce maybe millet, don't make changes suddenly. Just do it gradually. Give them a little bit of maybe millet until they get used to it. It's when you introduce it fully. But with this regime, they're just introducing everything, I don't know, at the same time. And if you look at this thing, they're very punitive. That's the problem you're having with this regime. But with that, this year they do. Yes.
The introduction of like small has never worked.
No, it was that's the form. That's the form. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
We'll a little bit solve it, you know.
Allow me to muniruhusu niseme kitu kimoja.
Sawa.
Madam Purity, I want to agree with you fully. Because kidogo in as much as tunasema inajaza kibaba, it will never work. A good example is the socialism movement in Tanzania, no? By Julius Nyerere. Never worked. Imekuwa introduced kidogo. But we are in the 21st century. We are speaking about modern smart man. We are not guinea pigs ambao tunaletewa hizi vitu tufanye nazo experiments. No. If these bills are passed, these are bills that are here to stay. And as Topia said, they will bring back a change to our country from where we are. We do not expect our economy to go down. Because like you said, Paul, the shilling against the dollar, slightly, if I read today's paper, it was 129.86 CBK rates. CBK rates. That is 129. Compared to almost 147 around this was it this time? Yeah, this time last year. Right, correct?
Yeah, you are right.
147. So you can see that in as much as these bills inapitishwa, there is something that is going on. That is one. Two, wazungu husema cut your coat according to your own size. Unapata? They're only talking of a budget of 4 trillion. Ordinarily, initially 0.9 trillion. Opposition wakapiga kelele sana, tukaongezewa ile nyingine. Ikafika 4 trillion. Now, this 4 trillion that we have, we have what is our GDP, right? What is our GDP? I did not confirm. It has been a while since I last confirmed. But as we stand as per now, we are slightly below Nigeria and above Nigeria in our GDP, but below Egypt also in South Africa, right?
Yeah.
That makes us the third most economic country in Africa if you use the metric scale of GDP to measure our own wealth. Now, when serikali inaleta all these taxes, unapata?
Yeah.
They are not blind to the fact that we have debt nje. And if I try to tell you, as we speak, African countries, there has been a drop of about 16% of foreign investors ambao wanakuja to all these African countries, correct?
Yeah.
Kenya notwithstanding. Therefore, the president ukisema anaenda nchi za mbali, anaenda tua, he's trying his means possible kuenda kuangalia venye foreign investors wanakuja Kenya. Because Tupi amesema very good point here. Ananiambia eti private industries which suffer with these bills. But she has also said that those matajiri, for the first time in a long time, this will be the time ambayo watakuwa wanatoa actually what they should be.
Okay. Honorable Rafa. Yes.
Allow me to finish kindly.
Okay.
As things stand now, the middle class, or what they call them, are what are feeding these economic powers. Unapata? The simple 20-something percent of the middle class ambao tuko nao, ndio wanailisha hii economy ambayo tuko nayo. So, if I would give you a total sorry? Stop saying that this finance bill, if I told it a bit, it is true. Tuambiane tu ukweli ya kwamba finance bill itapita because the majority of the MPs have been bought, and that is a fact number one you have to know. There is a point you said that the UDA government contains a large number, majority of the members in the parliament. It is true they contain the large number of majority, but where are those large numbers from? You will find that there are traitor MPs in this Kenya.
Yes.
Who cannot even continue.
Yes, we have reached the right time.
Program and maintain their focus on the 2022.
And then
So, the problem with this finance bill, listen, let me finish. The problem with this finance bill is that it is not that the finance bill, the whole finance bill is about overtaxing Kenya. The things that Kenyans are crying is that there are some things like mukate, unaweza tax aje mukate, things that unajua vizuri a common mwananchi must have daily. Unaongeza na vibe. Do you know how many people survive on mukate daily? Unajua au matajiri wanapandisha tax kwa finance bill wakijua hao watu wakiweka 80 kwa mkate they still buy it. Nani atumia? Yule mama mboga, yule mtaboda ambaye aliambiwa gharama ya maisha itarudi chini, sijui bei ya nini itarudi chini. Sasa hizi ona.
Yes. Hustler, where is the hustler narrative now? Rafa. Where is the hustler narrative now? Where is the hustler narrative? Yeah.
Allow me to ask a question. Ask. If at all we are to generalize that in a week, what do you think mama pesa ya mama mboga anaweza kuwa nayo kwa kwa simu. Pesa ambayo mama mboga anaweza kuwa nayo kwa simu ni pesa ngapi? Kwa simu in a week.
In a week.
Yeah.
Okay, I can calculate to you. Or you see, Rafa. Rafa.
That is something that listen. All people on issue. Let me hear from Paul. Paul, what is your figure?
Okay, you see, Mama Mboga, Jeff Koinangi one day hosted Mama Mboga in a studio, and she stated that in a day she can earn at like 600 Kenya shillings. 600 in a day. Okay, if you take that, if you multiply with 7 days, it comes about 35. So that is 3,500. So Mama Mboga normally earns around 3,500 minus the deduction. You know, you also have to feed yourself. You have to maybe buy some small stuff. So at the end of the day, you will end up earning something less than that. And you remember back then, okay, Rafa, you remember back then, William Samoei Ruto, the president of the Republic of Kenya and commander-in-chief, he used Mama Mboga to campaign. In fact, at some point, he shared the same podium with Mama Mboga and asked Mama Mboga to maybe give some of the recommendation, maybe she thinks that maybe can make their environment for working maybe a little bit maybe better. But last year, I was watching William Samoei Ruto. He had started somewhere, and the same Mama Mboga used for maybe to campaign, made an attempt to reach where he was in. But I want to show that Mama Mboga was barred from accessing the president. And this was the same Mama Mboga. This was the same Mama Mboga he used for campaigning. She used for campaigning. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Allow me from topic.
Yeah.
What is the thing? Say like roughly in a week, Mama Mboga anaweza kuwa na pesa ngapi kwa account yake ya simu?
Around 3,000. Around 3,000. 3,000.
Weekly.
Yeah, weekly. That's what she said.
Economy right now, high. Roughly 3, not 3K, man. Maybe 2K, 2,500 or something.
Okay. What Lucy? Mama Mboga anaweza kuwa na pesa ngapi kwa account yake ya simu weekly?
Okay. Yes.
Mama Mboga anaweza kuwa na account pesa ngapi kwa account? Yes.
Let me use the small kibanda. For me, unataka tuseme the money that ana raise in a day ama after all the expenses, after
kila kitu.
So like the money that she can.
Sorry.
Okay.
Save in a day. Rafa.
We are getting you, Lucy.
Lucy, just go ahead, Lucy.
Okay, so let me work with that. Let me work with that. Hey, let me work with that. So that is a figure around 3,000 Kenya shillings, right? 3,000 in a week, that is impossible, Bwana. In a week.
Where that Mama Mboga is.
No, let us say less than 3,000, okay? It can be 100 shillings, it can be 20 shillings, but let's talk less than 3,000 shillings, okay? Now, we have what we call the tariff, right? The tariff rates, these transaction costs ambazo tunakuwa charged. Tariff rates from 10,000 and above, they have they have added by say like 0.9% to 0.9%. That is to say, mama mboga ambaye hawezi kuafford 15,000 and above, inamwangalia so that atalipa that little transaction cost compared to yule mwenyewe ambaye anaweza kujimudu na kutafuta pesa tuseme 100,000 ambaye atatuma, transaction cost will be higher. There is this law in economics inaitwa law of quantum, whereby that is why utapata maziwa ndogo hii ya tetrapack ndogo ya Lato ama Futuzo goes for around 35 shillings and it is only 200 ml, but ile kubwa 500 ml goes for say Nairobi here nanunua 50 shillings. Now 50 shillings and 25 shillings and 35 shillings, unapata wakati the value of the good inaenda juu, pesa ambayo unalipa pia inaenda juu. That was what tunaita law of quantum. It is there in economics. But this government about to announce it is going against the law of quantum, whereby the more you have, the more you pay, and that is how it should be. Correct? Mnanipata kweli? Mnanielewa?
That's Rafa. Hello, Rafa. Hello, Rafa.
Without your evocation, without missing my words, without taking sides, I want to submit to us that the Kenya Kwanza government is working to ensure that Kenyans have a bright future. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you my final question, Ralph. Okay. When did Ruto be sworn in? Alikuwa sworn in 2022 December, sindio? December? Was it in December or what? August. November. Around there. But I remember nilikuwa shule. So how many years have then passed mpaka sasa hivi Rafu? Jibu tu swali. Miaka mbili, sindio? And you have stated here clearly that Kenya Kwanza government is working. Now tell me just three projects apart from those projects that Kenya Kwanza government is doing for the former regime, Uhuru Kenyatta's government. Tell me 3 projects zenye Ruto anafanya ni zake za kibinafsi.
Correct.
Zake za kibinafsi. Yeah. Have you ever heard of the, forensic science? Forensic science. Forensic science. That forensic science lab that was, I don't know, was to be big somewhere. Funded it and also furnished it and make sure that all equipment is fully. That was Ruto. Are you aware that there are 4 dams under construction site? Are you aware? I'm aware of that. Are you aware that the education system, personally, they got 30 plus billion education peke yake? Are you aware? In the finance bill? No, last year, wachana na hii finance bill, last year. Ngoja hapo kwa education, listen, let the truth be told. Kama unasema last year education only got around 30 billion, why are JSS teachers on the road? Because they have not received the salary. Why is there that there is a lot of confusion still in the CBC classes? If the government gives such amount of money. Are you aware that 300,000 plus teachers have been posted by TSC this year? You are not aware. Are you aware?
No, not permanent and pensionable. They are not permanent and pensionable.
Hello?
They are not permanent and pensionable. Yeah, that's
fine. Are you aware? Are you also aware that the new funding model may bring such a relief to parents ambao wako na watoto university? Are you aware this time of the year.
Sorry, come out again.
Program like programs about households, they were to pay say like 240,000 Kenya shillings. Now they are paying less than 50,000 Kenya shillings. And that's not a relief to Kenyans.
No, Rafa.
Let us
Hello. Rafa, I want to disagree with you on something. You see, last year, I don't know, maybe about 2 weeks ago, Coop's placed maybe the candidates who maybe applied for the process seeking for maybe to be placed in different institutions. Last week they were placed by Coops. Last week part 1, if I'm not wrong. But if you look at the kind of fee structure that they received, they were unfriendly. Most of them were complaining that the cheapest course was going for 300 Kenya shillings. 300,000 Kenya shillings, which I don't think if there is any parent here in Kenya who can afford that, except for the rich. I want to assure you that 90% of Kenya cannot afford that. Now, you can't come here and then tell us that the government has made education easy for Kenyans. That's something which is not true at all. Kenyans, as of now, we are confused. We don't know what's happening. We don't know whether we are going to pay that 300 Kenya shillings, 300,000 Kenya shillings, or it's going to be lower than that. We can't tell as of now. So with that, I disagree with you 100%. I prefer them the former method of funding. I don't know, education system.
Let me support you, my brother Paul.
Yeah.
Let me support you, my brother Paul. In one sentence. The program that is stated around, I've heard that there's a change in this funding mode. I don't know if it is true because sijakuwa sana kwa hii mambo za portal, but nimesikia kuna change, and that's why they recalled the university, the whole public university letters, because of this confusion of this government that Trump is supporting.
Okay, Pato. If you want to know that these people are playing us, they're the ones who came out with these fee structures. It was not computer. They were the ones who came out with them and then transmitted them to the parents. They were the ones who it was not computer generated this thing. Computer cannot do that work. If you command your computer to do this thing, it will only do whatever you have commanded it to do. It cannot just maybe wake up. You cannot just wake up one day and then you find your computer has done this. No, it doesn't happen unless you set it to do that. And I'm very sure that by the time these people who are hitting the submission button for transmitting this maybe letters to the parents, they are already gone through this thing. In fact, maybe for example, if you're applying for a job and maybe you have wrote a letter to the company that you're applying a job to, you must go through your letter first before submitting the letter. So you can't tell me, yeah. Sorry.
Let me tell in conclusion to my concluding statement. Let us wait for all those investment Ruto has gone out of the countries investing later, and at the end I'll promise that one bit by bit all the profit he has made in each country. I remember Mesema Sijali in Saudi Arabia. If you remember very well, he said he went to Saudi Arabia and organized a job that is worth over 100 and something thousand people from Kenya. Same to China. So Raf, I'm challenging you. I will remind you in the next 2 years, after the next 2 years, when we'll be in fourth year, you will tell me which profit the Kenya government has made. Na utaniambia, utajua hii Kenya ni corruption, hivi vitu wanafanya ni kwa binafsi yao, just for their own profits. Okay, this is what is happening. Asante kwa kuchangia kwa mjadala wa leo. Allow me to say one. I'm very grateful for you guys today. Personally, coming out and sorry. Coming out and giving out your opinions, but we will have to end it here because there's also another meeting, especially it's a youth debate on YouTube. I'll share the link with you pale group. It's a youth debate. Actually, they're discussing the finance bill. So if at all you get the opportunity, mjoin. Otherwise, mimi leo nasema asante sana, nimeshukuru. Topic.
Yes, Raf. Yes.
Sijai kuona ukiargue like today. I'm very impressed. Keep up the good spirit. Pato. Wewe utaendelea kunipiga kila siku lakini ni sawa. Basi Kenya kwanza kama ndio tutapokuwa.
Can we know who's Paul? Paul.
Sorry? No. Oh, you want me to introduce myself?
Yes.
But I think I already did it before. Okay, I'm called Paul. Can you hear me?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I'm saying that I'm called Paul Code. Yes, I was invited in this group by this a guy known as Victor. Have you heard of him?
Victor.
Yeah, Victor. Yeah, he was the one who invited me to this group. Yes, I think that I was invited in the year, if I'm not wrong, it was on 18th of December last year. So I've stayed here for at least almost 7 months. And but there, I've been going through your text, the kind of messages that we have been writing on this group, and I got quite excited. That's why I decided maybe to maintain my presence in the group. So, is there anything else maybe that you love to know more about me, apart from the duration I've stayed in the group, apart from my name?
Do we school together?
Sorry?
Do we school together?
With who? With Victor?
You.
Oh, you're asking if I school with Victor or you?
You.
Okay, can you maybe ask the question again? I'm not.
Are you in our school?
Which school? You are in which school?
Oh, you. Sorry. Sorry. Rongo University. Am I you from a different school?
Oh, me, I'm a bit far. I'm very, very far from JKUAT.
That's nice.
Yeah, very, very far.
Guys, I'm sorry, but yeah, I am sliding in someone's game. Good night.
Yes.
Brida, you're very late. Brida, you're very late. Just you are asleep.
No, I'm doing good. Okay. I get to know this thing again.
And then Rafa, can you hear me, Rafa?
Yes,
today it seems like there's a lot of connection problem. There's a sound problem today. Our meeting was not that clear. You have to pay close attention when you get to whatever the person is saying. So I don't know where the problem could have been coming from. Can you work on that next time so that you see the video that we produced last weekend? It was of high quality as compared to this one. So maybe I was just requesting that maybe next time. I don't know what happened with today's video. It's not that clear. I mean on your.
You're just sending all the same. Look for a way to clear out the background noise and echo. So that at least when I share it with somebody, it becomes quite clear.
Yes, the one for last weekend was very clear, but this one disagree with it quietly. So kindly work on it so that next time we have a clear video. No, maybe I wanted to broadcast this thing live so that maybe next time, maybe some of my subscribers can listen to the things we are saying. But today, I'm very sure that they are not going to be in a position to hear this thing. So I'm going to make this video private.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
So guys, maybe wacha niseme kwaheri, wacha niwaache. Let me attend to this other meeting. Ninatuma hiyo link. Then, tupatane kule. Bye, guys.
Okay.
Tuliobaki ni kina nani? Tuliobaki.
Mnaongelea nini?
Aki Brida. Look at you, you're very good, my guy. Honestly, easy to compare.
Yes, a very good evening to you guys. those were some of my friends from different institutions. We were making some contribution. Yes, we were making some contribution on the on the lawmaking process in Kenya. We wanted to find out how effective it is. Although I apologize today, our video was not that clear. We had some sound problem, although we're working on it. I want to assure that the live stream that we will have next time will be a bit clear as compared to this one. I don't know where the sound problem came from, but I think that the person who created the link, I think that it was the one who failed us. But as I've heard, I've talked to him, and he has promised that next time the video will be okay. So, guys, kindly allow me to end this live stream at this point. Although I'm very sorry, I know the quality today is very, very, very poor. In fact, I'm likely to make this video private. So thank you guys, and may you still have a fantastic night. Kindly let's meet on next weekend. We will have another live stream. I don't know our main topic of that day. I'll let you know about this as early as Friday. I will already maybe post whatever we will be talking about. So kindly keep on checking about going through my channel so that maybe you find out if maybe I've already made the post. So kindly, guys, may you have a fantastic night, and bye bye until next time. This is Paul Kobe.